Hey guys, Eli here. Hope you're all doing well. I am here to talk about my pickups from the month of May. I got like 8 titles here. It's a lot of Blu-ray, some DVD, no 4K. Yeah, let's check it out. Got some gems here. Let's talk about them. We're going to start off with a film from last year that I really wanted to see. I missed it in the theater for some reason, but I've heard it's great. I've always been drawn to it. I'm a big fan of Neon. Talking about Anora. Criterion collection. Now, I thought it was weird. I've noticed, and I never really looked into why, but I've noticed Criterion will occasionally like put out like newer movies instead of their typical classics format that they have. So I don't really understand why they do this, but I do think it's cool. I have been told, or at least I've heard, that it's possibly like purely a financial decision. Bringing in the the newer, hotter movies sell really well. So I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I've heard that's why Criterion will occasionally release a brand new film. Either way, I think it's cool. I'm a huge fan of Criterion. I guess I'll pull it out and show you, because Criterion always does. They're always known for their extras and their lavish packaging and all that. So you got 2 discs here. So you've got the movie obviously on one disc, and you got a second disc with a bunch of bonus features. 4K digital masters, so yeah, this is pretty cool. The booklet on the inside, love it. Now, I've never seen Mikey Madsen in anything, so I'm definitely interested in seeing her performance. I loved the trailer. First off, that's what interested me in the movie. You know how I am with trailers, so I saw the trailer and was instantly taken by it. Why I didn't see the movie, I actually don't remember. It's just like I just didn't make it for some reason. But anyways, Anora, Sean Baker. This will be my first Sean Baker film, so now I can work my way back with his stuff. Then we've got the Payback straight up director's cut. Now, I've talked about this recently a couple of times, but mostly in my I did a review for the film Payback. So what this is, in case you didn't see that, this is the director's cut from Brian Helgeland. The story goes, the cut that we got was heavily, changed by I can't remember, Mel Gibson first of all, and then someone else kind of took over directing duties. Scrapped a lot of what Brian Helgeland had done. From what I understand, it was a pretty shitty situation for him. So I really do like the movie Payback quite a bit. Now I've been. I've heard all kind of mixed opinions about this cut of the movie. A lot of people seem to think this is absolutely the superior cut, but when I did my review, pretty much everyone that commented on it, that had seen the straight up cut, preferred the theatrical cut. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how different it is and maybe, which one I prefer. Then we've got an absolute blind buy from Arrow Video. We've got Steppenwolf, directed by, I think this is a Ukrainian director, so I'm not really going to be able to pronounce the name. You will have to look at it yourself, because it's a tough one. So I believe, God, was this taken from a book? I can't remember, but this was a total blind buy. I'm a huge fan of Arrow. I took a look at this, did a little research. I guess it's supposed to be quite a violent, like a revenge story, which I'm a sucker. I'm an absolute sucker for. I mean, I'm a sucker in general, but I'm a sucker for violent revenge films, and apparently I felt the need to, make a blind buy here. Can't wait to see it. Let me know if you guys have seen it. Steppenwolf, anyone? Then we've got Sweet House of Horrors by Lucio Fulci. This was released through a company I actually had never heard of before called Cauldron. Cauldron Films. They got a really cool little logo there, very 80s looking. So yeah, never heard of Cauldron Films, but I'm really liking what they've done so far. From what I understand, this 4-film series is basically how the story goes. Is Lucio Fulci turned in these 4 films that he was hired to do. They were going to go direct to Italian television back in 1989, but when the when the studio got the finished products, they were like, dude, we can't show this on TV. So I think Fulci just went way too hard. So the films were shelved for a while until they were released on home video or whatever. So funny story. Can't wait to check it out. If I like this one, I'll definitely check out the other 3 I just figured I'd buy one for now. Maybe I'm not going to like them. We'll see. Then from 2024, I had to pick up Heretic. You might remember me reviewing this, and I liked this movie, but I wasn't like super into it. I didn't like it nearly as much as I wanted to, but I still did. I thought Hugh Grant's performance was really fun. I have since became a really big fan of Sophie Thatcher. I think she's fantastic. So I've kind of bought this, for those two reasons, basically. I think I'll probably like this more on a second watch. On the first watch, I thought it was good, again, but it just didn't do as much for me as I had hoped. So, A24 has been doing a good job with these, the packaging they've been doing on their newer releases. I do like it. You get this inside of that. And they give you a bunch of extras, like these little postcard things, which I think are very fun. Yeah, these are cool. These are cool. If you've seen you'd have to see the movie to understand, but I'm going to show them to you anyways, and they're like on the back. I'll show you the backs of them in a second here. There's two leads there, I guess you could say. These are really cool. Will I ever do anything with them? I don't know. Probably not, but they're cool regardless. And on the back, they look like this. You could put together like a map, I guess. I haven't done it yet, but yeah. Then from 2018, Lars von Trier film The House That Jack Built. I'm a big fan of Matt Dillon. I like Brugans as well. Lars von Trier, I'm well aware of who he is. I have never seen any of his films. I've been meaning to for probably at least a decade. So this will be my introduction. I think it's his most recent film, but I could be wrong. Looks like Uma Thurman is in this, Riley Keough. I have heard this film is super, super disturbing. As you could expect from Lars von Trier, I guess. But yeah, I've heard this is super fucked up and disturbing, and it might be a one-off for me, but whatever. I think it's cool that Matt Dillon, this late in his career, would do a film like this. He's a class act. Then we've got the It's Alive collection. I love It's Alive. The first one, I've never seen 2 or 3, and I've wanted to see them for a long time, so now I will. All 3 films directed by Larry Cohen, one of my favorite film directors. Absolutely love the debut. So I can't wait to watch the sequels. They're called It Lives Again, and then It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive, which is just batshit crazy. So anyways, any fans of It's Alive here, if you haven't seen at least the first one, check it out. It's a blast. Then last but not least from this year, another blind buy, Bloody Axe Wound. This is like $12, just standard DVD. But I saw this in the store and I was like instantly intrigued. I figured it probably sucked, but it's got, Jeffrey Dean Morgan stars in this, and I really like him. I don't think I'm familiar with the director here, Eric Knapp. But it was like $12. I figured I'd chance it, I could spend $12 on worse things, I guess. So. Anyways, guys, I hope you're doing well. I got more stuff to show. I got more reviews coming up. So, I've been pretty consistent, and I hope you guys will continue to hang out with me. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you at the multiplex.